platform through YouTube and Facebook page. So, dear friends, today is the episode 3. Have taken this series called Antaryana series, Inner Journeys. That's the title. And every alternate day, we are having this English language class on a specific topic. Today, the topic is Swasa Vidya. Swasa means breath. It's the knowledge and wisdom about the science of breathing, art of breathing. It's very relevant to the current moments. It's very, very important for each one of us to know about this art and science of breathing. So, dear friends, I'm going to take less than 10 seconds to is now set. Perfect. So, since last 25 years, I've been practicing breath meditation. It's my everyday practice. I practice breath awareness meditation. I have reaped all the benefits of it. It benefited me immensely. And in 1989, I was introduced to this practice by my guru, Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji, who is the founder of Pyramid Spiritual Societies movement. He said everything can be achieved with the simple breathing. If you know how to understand your breathing, how to observe your breathing, then you will know everything that you needed to know. The breath will show you. The breath is very simple, very subtle, the most subtlest thing, but at the same time, the most profound, the deepest, uh, I can say it is the deepest Kriya. It is one of the very profoundest Kriya that's happening in us. It's one of the involuntary activity that's happening in all of us. So if you look at your body is just most of the times without your voluntary efforts, entire metabolism is happening in your body. Your lungs are respiring, your heart is beating, and your liver is metabolizing. And there is intercellular communication that's happening between trillions of cells in the body. In fractions of seconds, the information is transferred, transmitted throughout your cells of the body, between all the organs and everything. There is something, a beautiful Kriya activity which is not noticed by us. There is a autonomic nervous system which is taking care of the main vital activities. Like one of the vital activity is breathing. The second vital activity, important activity in the body is the heartbeats. These two things are very, very primal, very fundamental, very important for us. And the first and foremost we can say is breathing. From the spiritual perspective, the breathing is given the highest place compared to your heartbeats. Why? Because, for example, you want to practice meditation, you want to focus on your heart, you want to sense, feel how your heart is beating. It's very difficult unless you are really an advanced practitioner of yoga or awareness methods or meditation practice. But breathing can be observed even by a beginner, even a novice, a starter who just began his meditation practice can start with meditation with breathing. Because this Kriya is the most simple thing, because your nostril is outside. Through the nostrils, we are inhaling and exhaling. We are unconscious about it. But during meditation, you pay attention to your breathing, your in breath and your out breath. We don't generally pay attention to our breathing. We pay attention to the external things like what we are doing, what we are seeing, what we are hearing, what we are smelling, all those five sensory perceptions. We pay attention to them, but we never pay attention to the breathing. But during meditation, this is what we do. We bring our focus, our entire attention to the in breath and out breath. With just giving all the attention to your in breath and out breath, there are certain things that happen. Very mysterious things. Unknown. It's really a mystery. How this simple breathing process is helping everyone, is going to help us immensely more if we know how to use the breath technology to benefit us, to improve our health, to gain the mastery over mind, to also to deal with our emotions like fears, anger, jealousy, greed, shame, guilt, several emotions. So emotional mastery, and also to realize your soul. Everything can be achieved with the breath technology, with the breath awareness. If you ask me one question, what is that entire Bharat Desh, our Bharata Mata can give to the whole globe? What can it offer to the world? I say it offers the breath awareness. Entire spirituality can be condensed into one simple practice called breath awareness. With the breath awareness, everything is achieved, can be achieved. So, dear friends, last 25 years, every day I give myself the time to pay attention to my breathing. I focus on my breathing at least 1 hour time. Sometimes I get more time. These 21 days, every day I'm giving 3 hours time for myself. That's a luxury. Really, I never got this much time the last 15 years. Now I got plenty of time staying at home, doing nothing, no other distractions at all, no telephone calls, nothing. Just reading spiritual books, watching spiritual movies, and meditating for 3 hours. And also, I'm doing yoga because I felt like doing this yoga, stretching my body and gaining again the flexibility. I had to train my body. Something very, very beautiful. We can attain such body awareness through Surya Namaskars and Anapanasati, breath awareness, meditation. So, dear friends, I know how much this breath meditation can help us in our evolution. The current moments on the planet Earth, everyone is stressed out, and all the spiritual people, meditators around the globe are coming together because we want to spread the awareness, not to be panicked, not to feel fearful. Instead, we can awaken our inner resources, like we can gear up to the current situation, gear up our immune system. We can gather all that cosmic energy, make our bodies to produce immunoglobulins, antibodies, which is really possible. That's what our ancient rishis, yogis, masters taught us. That's what their wisdom they offered to all of us. So before any kind of vaccine is, prepared on this planet Earth, it may take quite some time, and we don't need to really get panicked. Meanwhile, we can do something, uh, you know, all by ourselves. Meanwhile, we'll slow down. We really understand how beautiful our body system works, how much body intelligence we have, and with this intelligence of the body can prepare all the molecules, whatever that is required at this point of time to combat any kind of virus. Of course, we need to really research about it. We have to go within, search inside you. It's an inner search and awaken your inner potential that you have. When you trust, when you have all the belief and faith that your body can really prepare an inner vaccine, your body can prepare a vaccine for this coronavirus. It does not mean I'm discouraging all the scientists, medical doctors, community, medical community working so hard to prepare it. Of course, we need even the help from the medical community a lot because all people cannot really focus, can awaken this inner abilities that we have. Not everyone can be in the no thought, no mind state. People are at different stages, even in the practice of meditation. That's why we need all kinds of help, all kinds of support. But at this point of time, when nothing can be done, we have nothing to do right now. And everyone is just raising their hands. Oh, I can't do anything. There's no medicine for it. And it's only just trials and all that. At this point of time, we can turn towards your breathing, turn towards your consciousness, turn towards your spiritual guides, turn towards the spirit world. Dear friends, the breath is so significant. Breath is so crucial and important for everyone. We can't stay without the breath more than a minute. Without breathing, how long can we stay? The moment we have taken the first breath coming into this world, when we are exiting this planet Earth, the last breath that we exhale and we leave this body, till then, this breath mechanism is activated in us. Our lungs are activated and respiring tirelessly, relentlessly, day and night, 24/7. So, dear friends, this breath mechanism is so important to us. If we know how to breathe properly, if we know this Swasa Vidya, the science of breathing, the art of breathing, really we can do wonders with our health and wonders with this mind that we have, wonders in our spiritual progress. So, dear friends, the breath is prana. The breath is known as energy. Not only the breathing, you are getting the oxygen when you are inhaling, not only you're taking the oxygen in, you're also taking the prana, the energy also along with oxygen. There are two components in the breath. One is the oxygen and the second is the energy. Generally, what we were taught is the breath is just oxygen, but the breath is also prana. It's also Shakti. That's what our ancients, our rishis have told us. In the ancient scriptures, if we open the ancient scripture, Swara Vijnana Shastra, that ancient Swara Vijnana Shastra, Swara Manjari Shastra, those who have studied the Swara Vijnana Shastra is called as Swara Yogis. They are the great breatharians who mastered their breaths, who knew about how breath is linked with the entire energy system of you, how the outer and the inner are connected with your breathing. Our ancients knew that it is prana, the breath is prana. In China, it is called chi. In Japan, it is called ki. In German language, it's called Atman, which also in Sanskrit, Atman is soul. And we know a soul, one of the important characteristic feature of a soul is energy nature of the soul. And friends, almost every culture, every spiritual tradition, every religion talked about breath, importance of breathing. Whenever a pregnant woman about to be delivering a baby goes to the hospital, doctor says to the woman that breathe deeply, breathe, inhale and exhale. They ask them to breathe because with the breathing, there's something that's happening in you. Whenever you stop breathing, you also stopping the flow of energy. Whenever you are breathing, there is life entering into you. And you might have noticed that whenever there are times when you are stressful, your breathing pattern is changed. Dear friends, have you noticed it in your life? When you are too much stressed, either you are tensed, anxious, fearful, or angry, different mental and emotional states, your breathing rhythm pattern is changed. Yes, Gaurav Gupta. Yes, thank you. Yes, we all notice it. Our breath pattern rhythm is changing when we are agitated, when we are fearful. Whenever we are calm, quiet, our check with your breathing. Your breathing is also peaceful. It means your mind and your breath are so much connected, very much linked, very much connected. With so many innumerable thoughts, restless thoughts in your mind, what happens is your breathing is faster. Your racing mind, you're thinking about coronavirus, you just watched the television channel news since morning. What happens is there's so much of these imprints, negative imprints, which goes into the mind. It alters your breathing pattern. You are breathing shallow way. Breath is not going deep inside you. You're not taking full inhalation, full breathing. Generally, when we have a healthy breathing pattern, your breathing is reaching to your tummy, your abdomen. Your abdomen, the diaphragm, the muscle which is separating the chest cavity and the abdominal cavity. This is the muscle which pushes the abdominal cavity down when you are inhaling deeply. You can try this, friends. You can keep your palms on your belly and inhale deeply and notice what's happening. And now exhale. Exhale slowly and fully exhale. So when you are inhaling, your abdomen is bulging out. Your abdominal cavity is pushed out. And when you are exhaling, your abdominal cavity is going withdrawn, going inside. And also, you are ventilating upper lobes of the lungs, middle lobes, and the lower lobes of the lungs. So, your lungs has these three lobes, the three spaces. They're called clavicular or upper space, and this is called middle space, and there is an abdominal space. And these three spaces generally are not ventilated properly whenever you are stressed out, whenever you are anxious, whenever you are fearful. What happens is you are not with a healthy breathing rhythm. Healthy breathing pattern is not happening. You hardly take the energy with your breathing. It becomes either shallow breathing irregular breathing, erratic breathing, chaotic breathing. It is changed. It becomes shallow. Yes, Vijay Lakshmi Sinhaji. Yes, it becomes shallow. So, and also a friend Swati Kata is saying yesterday in the chat box, she's saying, yesterday I listened to class, I noticed the breathing of right nostril and left nostril, but sometimes I felt that it is equal. A little difference I noticed while breathing out. Is it be like that? It is like, is it like that? Okay. Yes, dear friends, some of us we find every 1 hour our breathing is changing from left nostril to the right nostril, from the right nostril to the left nostril every 1 hour. It's natural. If it is not changing, something is really, we have to check whether it is pathological or an abnormal condition because our breath is connected with our inner etheric body. Our breath is actually reaching to our pranamaya kosha. That's why pranamaya kosha, our etheric body is called breath body, chi body or ki body. And that breath, which is going as energy into our etheric body, has all the network of nadis, their etheric tubes. 272,000 nadis. Those scriptures they talk about mainly 72,000 nadis, but there are 272,000 subtle energy tubes where the energy, the prana is flowing. And there are three important nadis right in your nostrils, you can feel it. One is called as Ida Nadi, and the second one is called Pingala Nadi, and the third one is called Agni Nadi or Sushumna Nadi. These three nadis. So left side is called as Moon Nadi, Chandra Nadi, and Ida Nadi. The opposite one is the Ida, the Surya Nadi. The Surya Nadi is the Pingala, and Ida is the Chandra. So the right side is your Sun Nadi or Surya Nadi. The right nostril, it heats your body. If uh, you are breathing, if your right side nostril is open, it's increasing your heat in the body. There's a more metabolism that's happening. And also, you are very active. Surya Nadi makes you very active. Your brain, your mind also works sharp. Thoughts will be more with your Surya Nadi. Whenever we are slowing down, like sleeping, when we are slipping into sleep in the night, what is happening is you're shifting to Chandra Nadi, left side nostril breathing. So in the daytime, most of the times our right side nostril breathing is more compared to left side nostril breathing. Yes, Ida Nadi is Moon Nadi, right side Surya Nadi is Pingala, exactly. So we can find that Ida and Pingala shifting all the time every 1 hour. But predominantly in the day hours, it's Surya Nadi, and in the night times, it's predominantly the Chandra Nadi. But those who are practitioners of meditation, you find that they're becoming equal, like equal nostril breathing. There is another nadi which gets activated, which is called Sushumna Nadi, which is called Saraswati Nadi, which is invisible. That means actually that point of time when Sushumna is fully activated, when your mind is utterly empty and silent, what happens is this Sushumna Nadi, which is the Gupta Nadi or the hidden invisible Nadi, which gets completely activated. And that point of time, you find your left side, right side are working in the same way. Swati ji, Swati Kataji, you have asked me this question, why my breathing is equal. Yes, whenever somebody is in composed state, like serene, composed, there's no imbalance, what happens is both sides of the nostrils, they work equally. So, dear friends, those who have difficulty falling asleep in the night, you can try this method. That time, check your nadi, which nadi is active. If your Surya nadi, your right nostril breathing is happening more, it's very difficult to slip into sleep. That point of time, you can intend, make a sankalpa, an intention to shift the nadi to the left nostril. Or otherwise, a physical method is there. You can turn towards your right side and sleep on your right side for approximately 5 minutes. Immediately, the left nostril opens. The ancient Swara Shastra described about this phenomena. Yogis used to have, the rishis used to carry one kamandala, like a water copper vessel where they carry the water. And the second thing is one stick. And that stick is used to keep under their armpit whenever they're meditating. They used to use to shift these nadis, the left side, right side. Sometimes you find a yogi or a master keeping under his right side, right hand side, or left hand side. There are so many methods in the ancient Shastra, Swara Yoga Shastra, mentioned about how to be a master of these nadis. It's like playing right side to left side. You can experiment, friends. With the left side nostril, Chandra Nadi, a lot of healing happens. Coolness comes in the body. You become very calm and quiet. With right side nostril breathing, activity, a lot of activity. For example, when you are waking up from the bed in the morning, we go to the washroom, we have to go to the toilet, and if without right nostril open fully, it's very difficult to evacuate our bowels. It's very difficult to really let go of all that, uh, to cleanse our intestines. We can't even urinate. People experience constipation, people can't urinate properly whenever the right nostril breathing is not really fully active in the morning. You can always check which nostril the breathing is happening. Have the awareness constantly, every 1 hour. Please check your breathing. Right now, check your breathing. Is it right or left? The method is simple. You can exhale like first with the right side. Also now close your right nostril and with left nostril you can exhale. For me it is the right side right now. It could be different for you. And some who have nasal septal deviation, there's some problem with their nasal septum. It's deviated to one side. There is some kind of polyps growth inside their nostrils. They find it's difficult. The right side is completely blocked. Some they say, oh, my right side. Long time back, my right nostril is blocked because there is a polyp, and the ENT specialist tried to do something, but it is still blocked. It's only left side nostril breathing. So, friends, I tell you that it's not anatomical. It is more to do with the energy. So, in deep meditation, you find that the, the breath energy entering equally through, even though you have right side nostril, a polyp and a growth, still there is a energy of the breath which is entering to right and left in an equal way because the Sushumna Nadi is activated. When the mind becomes empty and quiet, that's the key to activate the Sushumna Nadi. Everyone really look for it, look forward for it to activate Sushumna Nadi because without activation of Sushumna Nadi, your Kundalini Shakti in the Muladhara Chakra, the sleeping serpent, 3.5 coil, it sleeps like that. It's not going to activate. All the chakras will not blossom. It won't get awakened. To awaken the Sushumna Nadi, the mind has to become empty and silent. To make the mind empty and silent, the best, simplest, easiest, royal Rajamarg, royal path is breath awareness. You watch your breath awareness. When you are practicing breath awareness, you are aware whether the volume of the breath, and you are aware of your respiratory rate, you are aware whether breath is left nostril, right nostril, you are aware of many things about your breathing, whether the rhythm of the breath, the my breathing is heavy and suffocating a lot of time. Jyoti Gopinath Gari. Yes. So some people, some of the meditators, they notice that breathing is heavy and suffocating, a lot of suffocation comes sometimes. So when you practice regularly the meditation, breath awareness, you can overcome that. Your breath becomes really normalized. You establish a healthy breathing rhythm. The healthy breathing rhythm is deranged. It has become dysfunctional when we are children, when we were coming out of the womb of our mothers. Most of the times, that's the time when our breathing pattern is disturbed. Inside the womb, we are really very good because there's nothing to breathe. Our mother is giving all the nutrition to us through the umbilical cord. The moment you came out of the womb, for example, there is a birth trauma that you have experienced. It's difficult labor for your mother. It's a delayed labor, forceps delivery, cesarean section delivery. Mother was at that point of time very disturbed. She was fearing a lot. Maybe just like the current situation around the globe, there are many pregnant women who are now about to get giving birth to children. So they are very fearful. Recently, I have received few emails from few pregnant mothers. They asked, "My mind is full of fear. I don't know because in next 3 days, doctor said my due date. I'm going to deliver the baby. How to deal with this? Because I have so much fear." So this fear energy of the mother is going to really affect the fetus. Mother and the fetus are one and the same. They are like one single unit. There is a oneness that is experienced when we were inside the womb with our mothers. So, whatever your mother's emotions, her feelings, her thoughts, situation she's going through, we're going to internalize it. It's so important that all the pregnant women are taught about breath awareness meditation. Nikhil Vashi ji, Dr. Nikhil Vashi, thank you so much, sir, for your guidance. Is it okay to stop the breath for a few seconds, like while diving underwater? It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Those who attained a lot of breath awareness, who are sincere practitioners of breath awareness methods, so they can stop breathing for such a long time. Himalayan yogis, they demonstrate sometimes. They have such lung capacity. They do astonishing feats. They're able to really control their autonomic nervous system. Some of these ancient rishis, yogis, they demonstrate Jalastambhana Vidya. That means they go under the water and they stop breathing for such a long time. I heard, and also I have seen one master demonstrating it for a few hours. So I heard and read from a book called Masters from the Far East. Masters, uh, I tell you exactly the title of the book. Masters of the Far East or Wisdom of the Far East. Wisdom of the Far East. I get the title and I'll give you friends. Such phenomenal experiences were shared by the ancient yogis, like a Jalastambhara Vidya, where they almost literally stopped breathing underwater for months and years, residing under the water. Medical science or our science can't believe it. We believe that without breathing we die. But the yogis, they breathe in a different way. They have a different mechanism to breathe. Maybe just like how fish are breathing through their mollusks, they a different way. Maybe yogis are breathing through their whole body. Maybe they don't need now, they absorb prana, cosmic energy, a different mechanism. Even Chinese masters have written in the ancient scripture, which I have studied about this. It seems that a Chinese Taoist master used to take the deep inhalation. They store a lot of this breath, the air in the entire stomach and intestines. They store it, and they can enter into the waters, and they take a very little portion of the breath, and they can live underwater for such a long time. Why do they do that? For various reasons. So, Dr. Nikhil Vashi, about when we are diving under the water and we stop breathing, that's perfectly all right. Another thing, in deep meditation, people stop breathing. The breath reaches to a minimal level. Generally, we take around 12 inch, the breath is reaching down, but slowly it becomes 11, 10, and 9, 8, even it becomes a small, like a column of breath moving in your nostril, and it reaches at one time almost like bare minimal breathing. It's called subtle breathing, energy breathing. That point of time, it's called Kevala Kumbhaka, natural Kumbhaka, Sahaja Kumbhaka. Means you stop breathing in that moment, and the breath is reaching directly to the third eye, this place. And at that moment, hardly breathing in that moment. The breath is stopped. There's no anymore. But minimal breathing is happening because the yogi is slowing down the body metabolism. The cells of the body require less amount of ATP energy and they require almost like very, very minimal energy. That's why metabolic rate is less. All the trillions of cells in the body. Just like how polar bears they go through hibernations, a hibernation. They hardly eat food, they hardly drink water. There are many such breatharians. The food is the breath. Himalayan masters I, who don't eat food, who don't take any kind of gross food, not even fruits. Just their food is the breath. Breath is the food for them. They breathe. And then later on, in deep meditation, the breath is also so minimal, their cosmic energy is the food for them. They, they eat cosmic energy. So, dear friends, so today we are learning about Swasa Vidya, Swara Vijnana Shastra. The ancient India has something to offer to the whole globe. At this point of time, if we understand the breath is so important, so significant spiritually and even for your health, for your master of the mind, so important. Breath practice. With the breath practice, you can really make yourselves better physically, mentally, emotionally, and intellectually, socially, collectively, and spiritually. We become a better version of ourselves. Though it is so simple, but it's the deviated septum and nasal growth heal lakhs of people. Lakhs. Heal their bodies, heal their well medically, heal their bodies, heal their well medically impossible people who really could make you shown it the world. So I believe, I honestly, if we really truly believe and have faith in ourselves, very sincere in our practice, everything is possible. Nasal septal deviation to whatever that's. So, dear friends, now let me share with you the significance of breathing. What is in the middle, the breath. Breath is connecting gross and subtle. The gross, physical, and the subtle is the energy nature of us, the non-physical. These two things are connected by the breath. Breath is in the middle. It's connecting, it's becoming a vital link. And also, breath is making a bridge between your conscious mind and subconscious mind. To know your subconscious mind, to be an explorer of your subconscious mind, because subconscious mind is very powerful. There are many love is really able to transform it. Breath is really energy which can heal us. Breath is transformational. Really trust, friends. We take our breath for granted. Mahodar Babaji, a master from Himalayas. I'll show the picture of Mahodar Babaji. I have a beautiful statue of Babaji here. You can look at this Babaji's statue, which was gifted by one of our spiritual friends from Mumbai. So I really like to look at this image of Babaji. who is in deep meditation practice. He has given the breath technology, Kriya Yoga technology to the world. And in the Kriya Yoga, which he taught to Lahiri Mahasaya, Lahiri Mahasaya transmitted this knowledge to Swami Yukteswaragiri, and then Paramhamsa Yogananda ji learned about this Kriya Yoga. Now there are many, almost millions of Kriya Yogis in the world who learned about this. Whatever the technology that's offered by Mahavatar Babaji. So the Kriya Yoga says that our breaths are counted. Your lifespan is determined by your count of your breathing. We take approximately 21,600 respirations, breaths per minute, per a day. Approximately 17,000 to 23,000. Average is 21,600 breaths per minute, per day. I'm sorry, per day. Per minute, we are taking the respirations 12 to 18. If it is less than 12 or more than 18, generally medical science we call it as bradypnea or tachypnea. Some abnormal health conditions, people find difficulty in breathing, which is bringing bradypnea condition, where they are not able to breathe properly, exhale properly, or breathe in properly, or some they have too much respiratory rate is high. So Kriya Yoga is saying that Kriya Yoga is saying that your lifespan is determined by the counts of your breath. So here, did you all able to listen to me, friends? Network glitch, okay. Some problem with the network. If we are able to, okay, yes, now it's you got it. Okay, thank you. So the Kriya Yogis told that the lifespan of you is determined by the quality and the counts of your breathing. So a dog takes the respiratory rate of a dog is around 28 per minute, and it lives for nearly 11 years to 12 years. And a rabbit takes around 32 respirations per minute and lives less than 10 years. And if you notice that even the much more higher rate of breathing, less span of life, and a horse breathes 19 per minute, and the horse can survive for 40 to 60, 40, 50 years. And a sea turtle takes the respirations around 4 to 5 per minute, and it can live for 2000 years. That's why a sea turtle is like used as a symbol for physical immortality. So a sea turtle is kept in many of the houses to just reinforce this idea that, oh, I want to have a long life so that I can fulfill my life's purpose. Purpose of life can be fulfilled. We don't need to die soon. So, dear friends, if we know how to master your breathing through simple practice, breath awareness, Anapana meditation practice, there are many pranayama techniques in India, almost hundreds, thousands. There are so many variations. Whether you take the Kapalabhati or Ujjayi Pranayam, Anuloma Viloma, Shikkali, Shitari, and rebirthing breathwork, which was accidentally discovered by Leonard Orr, Master Leonard Orr. So, all the different types of pranayamas, the most profound, the simplest one, which was discovered by Gautama Siddhartha, who practiced sincerely for 5 years, which made Gautama Siddhartha to become a Buddha. It transformed him. He had the most profound realizations with the breath awareness method. He called this practice as Anapana meditation. Ana means in breath, Apana means out breath, Sati means process, to be one with. It's the Pali word which means mindfulness of breathing. The breath which is all the time happening on its own. You're becoming aware of this breathing, the cyclical breathing. You are fully giving all the attention to the breath. Your mind is now not getting distracted, not going into the past or into the future or into the stories of you and me or others or coronavirus. No, your mind is stopped. All the internal chatter or internal dialogue is stopped when you are fully mindful of your breathing. Simple practice. We don't need complex methods, my dear friends. Generally, simple things are ignored in life. There is a saying in Sanskrit, Sukshmam lo moksham, in Telugu language. In my language, Sukshma, subtle things are really can open the doors of enlightenment. The most simplest things are the most profound things. The breath is so simple. We take it for granted. Just like how we take our family members for granted. We are okay with strangers, we speak to neighbors very well, but we don't speak with our family members well. We don't say even hello to them, we don't smile at them. It's so important to not to take anything for granted. The most simple things are reveal the grandest truths of life. The ancient yogis, masters of Bharadesh told that in your breath there is a treasure, a big treasure. Not like gold or diamonds. It's much more precious than the gold and diamonds, precious stones. The breath will make you find that treasure, the inner treasure, the treasure that is awaiting to be discovered by you. Just with the breath, we can really go within. That's why the breath is called as a guru. We say that Guru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava. That Guru, that Acharya is none other than our own breath. The greatest Guru is here with us, our lifetime companion. Generally, people think they're very lonely, but you make friendship with your breathing, your companion, eternal companion. The life force, the prana, which is accompanying you through this breath every day and night, 24/7, 365 days throughout our lives is happening. Just the breath is your guru. Breath is called as Pavanaputra. Hanumanji is known as Pavanaputra, Vayuputra, Pavanaputra. He's a breatharian at a very younger age. He learned about breath watching, breath awareness from his mother, Anjani Devi, the mother of Anjaneya Swami, Lord Hanuman. Very, very young age. Lord Hanuman practiced meditation, breath awareness. He became breatharian. He opened his third eye. That's why he's known as Anjaneya Swami. Anjanam means clairvoyance. He opened his third eye. The breath awakens your entire energy network. We have subtle energy centers, Shakchakras, seventh crown state, Sahasrara state, and you have these nadis, 72,000 nadis, Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna nadi. All things are going to be awakened with just breathing, with breath awareness. Breath awareness. We don't need to do any complex method, friends. The simple technology that's offered by all the ancient masters, Buddha simplified it. He made everything very simple to understand so that even a lay person, a commoner can also, without any intellect, they might be illiterate, uneducated, but still they can be benefited. That's what is the greatest contribution from Lord Buddha. Bharat Desh has something to offer to the globe. That is this method of breath awareness, mindfulness of breathing. And all the ancient rishis, the wisdom of all the Upanishads, Vedas, everything, Buddha has summarized it as one simple practice. He said he did not talk elaborately, he did not give discourses, only sutra wisdom. Means very simple words used, even a layperson used to understand. So, with the breath awareness, you will achieve everything. One can awaken the hidden potential energy, the Kundalini Shakti. And not only that, your breath also can do many more things. Its entire network, breath is converted into so many things, friends. The breath is going inside, the oxygen carbon dioxide exchange is happening in the lungs. There's a carbon dioxide which is exchanged with oxygen with the respiration. And not only that, this prana that's carried by the breath, the energy of breathing, is transforming itself into five different energies inside the body. In the ancient Sanskrit scriptures, it's told was told about these five things. They're called Pancha Mahapranas, Pancha Vayus, means five kinds of wind energies because they move, the energy flows like a wind very fast, very quickly, it moves through our body. To name them, number one is prana, second one is called as apana, third one is called samana, fourth one is called udana, and fifth one is called vyana. Prana vayu, second apana vayu, third, Samana Vayu, Udana Vayu, and Vyana Vayu. The five Pancha Mahapranas. This simple breath energy is converting itself, transforming itself into five different kinds of energies, Vayus, which is going to function in different ways. Just like how when we are inside the womb, just even before you started growing up as a fetus, you are just initially a one single cell. Our mother and father's ovum and sperm, they united and formed one zygote. You're just one unicellular organism first. Just that simple one single cell started multiplying. There is a divine intelligence. There is a DNA coding inside you, which manufactured your consciousness, directed all that entire intelligence that is there in that unicellular zygote to multiply into so many different cells. We form so many different organs. Within 6 months to by time eighth month we are coming, a seventh month or eighth month, all the organs are formed. So much of differentiation of the functions happened. Lung cells, heart cells, kidney cells, and your brain cells, neuronal cells. Every cell knows exactly what function to do. In the same way, the breath which is entering as just simple way through the nostrils, which is transformed into five different pancha pranas, five energies. Number one is prana vayu, apana vayu, samana vayu, udana vayu, and vyana vayu. This prana vayu is helping us in this upper body parts. For example, till to the throat, from here to the throat. All the pranavayu is helping. So during meditation also you can notice there are some energy currents which are moving in the direction upward towards your throat. That is the pranavayu. So all that physiological activities, the cellular activity is happening through these subtle energies. This is our ancient Indian masters, rishis, yogis have revealed in the Swara Yoga Shastra, Swara Vijnana Shastra. And this Apana Vayu is the Vayu, the prana, which is helping in expelling excretion, urination, sweating process, all the elimination of the toxic waste from the body. Not only just excretion, this Apana Vayu is helping in excreting, expelling all kinds of stuff, which is unnecessary, unwanted stuff from the body. This is Apana Vayu function. And then Samana Vayu, which is helping in your stomach region and the gastrointestinal tract, the Jirna Vyavastha, digestion. It's horizontal, it stays here and is making all that, your digestion and absorption, all these things to happen harmoniously, it is helping out. This is the Samana Vayu. Then Udana Vayu is which is helping us to move towards your extremities. For example, many times, a lot of times, when we are reaching to cold places, your hands become cold. If it is minus degrees, you are walking without gloves. You went into cold temperatures, minus 20 degrees. For example, what happens? Your fingers become blue. There's an energy which is not flowing there. So we can feel that sometimes during meditation, this Udana Vayu activity, the energy currents moving into the fingertips, tingling sensation in your feet, in your hands, and in your head. It's always upward, like in the head, from the neck to the top of the head, and also the extremities, upper limbs and lower limbs, and also your heart, your pericardium, also Udana Vayu helps. Then the fifth one, the Vyana Vayu, it's also breath which is converting itself into Vyana Vayu, which is the reserved energy, which is like a reserved energy which is kept for any kind of emergency time. Whenever there is an emergency period, that time this Vyana Vayu comes into forefront. It takes care of all the things that is required. It's a reserved, a buffer energy. When you are shutting down and you don't have any more energy, that time also you can open your eyes and you can do something. I tell you this book I have read, which is published in Telugu. The title of the Telugu book is Mumukshutvamu Mulla Kiritamu. It's about the autobiography of Tapasvi Maharaj. He lived in the physical body for 185 years. From 1750 onwards, he started living and he had the most profound meditation experiences. He roamed the entire Himalayas. He met many physical immortal beings like Ashwadhama, Parashurama, and many Chiranjeevis he met. There's so many divine masters he met. And in that book, when his death moments were approaching, when he was about to vacate the body, his body was kept on the floor because the last moments he could not move the body. But what happened is he indicated that he will exit the body. He makes a transition from the body to the higher planes exactly at 5 p.m. He indicated it well in ahead. That day and that minutes and hours, he said, that moment on the floor before 1 week he was not speaking, not doing anything, but suddenly that experience, it was written in that book and many people, disciples witnessed it. He sat in lotus posture like a yogi, crossing his limbs, lower limbs like this. And he kept his hands like this, clasping his hands. His spinal cord was straight, and he closed his eyes and he started taking nice breaths and he said Om for a few times and consciously he vacated the body from the higher energy center exactly at 5 p.m. That is the most touching experience when I read this book. You will find it in English as well, friends. It was I can't tell the English title because I have read in my native language, Telugu language. But you definitely this master is such an amazing master, was such a sincere practitioner of meditation. So, friends, the Vyana Vayu, even the time when you are totally tired and exhausted, that comes into play. You can just wake up and meditate in that moment. You can do many things with the Vyana Vayu. So, see what's happening with simple breathing. The breath is converting itself into many things. Breath is actually converting itself into it's functioning so many things. It's making your body cells function. The ATP, the physical energy units, is reaching, but before that, the energy of the breath is reaching out to all the cells in the body. So that's what our ancient India or Bharat has offered to the globe, friends. So, dear friends, the breathing, simple practice of breathing, we have to become more aware. Today, let's practice this breathing for some time. Before that, I will take few questions. One is Suchi Goyalji, is the breath the energy component of soul? Please explain breath a little bit in relation with the soul. Yes, breath is prana, not only oxygen, it also contains prana. So when you are taking the breath, you are taking the prana that's there in the universe through the breath. And that prana is helping you. But there is another Shakti, energy inside you, which is called your own primordial energy, which is stored in your Muladhara chakra. So that gets awakened. So one of the components of the soul is energy, Shakti. Our soul can be defined as ECW, energy, consciousness, and wisdom. We are all ECWs. Our soul means its energy, its consciousness, and its wisdom. So that means when you are with this breath energy is awakening your own primordial energy, which is stored in your Muladhara chakra, which is in the root chakra, the Kundalini Shakti, which gets awakened. Then that Shakti journeys through your all the energy discs, all the chakras. It will reach its final destination. First destination point is third eye and then Sahasrara. Till then, this process continues. All the time the energy tries to move because it has certain dams are there, certain kinds of natural obstacles are placed. They're called grandhis. In the next episode, I will talk more about this. This the breath energy, how it is linked with our this inner energy network. How these grandhis they open up one by one. Brahma Grandhi, Vishnu Grandhi, and finally the Rudra Grandhi, which is called Shiva Grandhi, Rudra Grandhi, which opens the third eye. And this energy reaches here. So metaphorically, in Bharat Desh, in India, it is said consciousness and Shakti, they're the two aspects of the soul. And the third aspect is called wisdom. That means energy, consciousness, and wisdom. So, the wisdom of breathing, the knowledge of breathing, if you learn, and then you can unite the energy which is staying in the Muladhara chakra, you can unite it with your Sahasrara, the Chaitanya, the consciousness which is residing here. That's why we say in a metaphorical language in the Bharat Desh, in the Ramayana, the story of Hanuman, who is symbolically representing this breath energy. This breath energy is bringing Rama and Sita Devi together. The Sita Devi, Sita Mata, who is the Prakriti Mata, who came from this Prakriti, from Bhumata, from Prakriti Mata. She's she has to meet the Ramji. And in the Ramayana story, the inner meaning we need to know, the outer meaning and also the inner meaning. The inner meaning, the spiritual meaning is the most important thing. Ravanashura, who has no intellect and no proper intellect, who doesn't know what is dharma and what is adharma, who has taken away Sita Devi and kept her in the Lanka. In the metaphorical symbolic language, Lanka represents ignorance. When we are in ignorance, what happens is Rama and Sita they experience Viyoga. Rama is here and Sita Devi is residing as a Mula Prakritic energy in the root chakra as a Kundalini Mata. It's not yet awakened. But Hanuman in Ramayan story is the main key character. Hanumanji came, he united Sita Devi and Ram. Initially, he did Lanka Dahana. Lanka Dahan means he destroyed the ignorance that's there because he's the most wise guru, wise master. Hanuman, Lord Hanuman means Guru Tattva. So, knowledge, wisdom of breathing, if you know, you will know how to unite your energy which is residing as Prakriti Mata, Kundalini Shakti, Sita Devi in your root chakra, and Ram, Lord Rama, consciousness, Purna Chaitanya on the top of the head. Both you can unite. This is Yoga Sthiti. Union is yoga. And actually, Viyoga means opposite of it. Separation is Viyoga. Whenever there is a divine union of your lower self and higher self, your lower mind and the higher mind, this body and the higher self, the body and the soul, this is called Yoga Sthiti, state of yoga. In deep meditation, a dhyana yoga, we are bringing this energy and consciousness together. So, Suchi Goyalji, this what is my answer to you. So, the soul has the three components energy, consciousness, and wisdom. So, the wisdom of breathing, if you know, you will unite, you'll also awaken the energy, which is like a sleeping serpent inside you, and the consciousness, which is already there but you become conscious of your consciousness, you become aware of your awareness. You bring them together. That's what happens when you are watching your breath. So it's the soul realization or self realization that happens with the simple practice of breath awareness. Another question we can take here. So, Prakriti Jain from Pune. When we observe the natural breath, sometimes it's shallow and fast. Are we supposed to watch it as it is, or consciously alter it, or make it slow and deep? So, Prakriti ji, namaskar. We don't need to change the rhythm. Normal, natural, whatever is happening to your breathing right now, if it is deep and rhythmic, let it be. If it is shallow and irregular, let it be. Just become watcher and observer of your breath. Just observing the breath is so important. So there is a beautiful quantum physics principle. Quantum mechanics discovered this beautiful law or principle of the universe, which is called as observer participancy principle, wave particle duality. When an observer is there, so an observer is affecting what is being observed. So scientists were trying to understand whether this particle has wave nature or it is matter or energy. Is it uh, energy or matter. They want to understand these subatomic particles, the nature of it. When they try to observe, whenever there is an observer, it is behaving according to the observer. According to the observer, what is being observed is changing. So when you are watching the breath energy, so for example, your breath is initially shallow and erratic and it is irregular. What happens is, according to the observer in you, what is being observed is going to be altered naturally. You don't need to manipulate your breathing. So ancient Bharat the yogis never encouraged people to manipulate, do gymnastics with the breathing. They only asked us to breathe naturally. Breathe very naturally. So it's so important in this practice that we are talking about Anapanasati meditation. We don't need to alter the breathing pattern. You already have an unhealthy breathing pattern. Let it be. Just watch it now. Become aware. Pay attention to the breathing now. You notice that your breath is shallow. Let it be. Or you notice that your exhalation is not happening fully. Your only inhaling, exhalation is stopping. It's not easy. Or you are noticing that your inhalation is not proper, exhalation is good. Your left nostril is more, right nostril is less. It's erratic. So, whatever observation you make, you don't need to alter it. Just be a good observer. Be a witness to your breathing. Watch your breathing. Your simple, tender, normal, natural breath need to be observed. That's what Buddha asked us to do. Breath awareness means very simple, natural breathing method need to be observed. So, observer in you, when you are observing the breath, naturally the breath gets corrected. That's the best part of it. You will notice that your breath pattern rhythm is changing after some time. So, dear friends, very first few minutes when you're watching the breath, where you really give all your attention to your breathing, observe the breathing. The quality of observation is so important. Don't give your attention and awareness to external things in that moment. When you are meditating, give all the attention to your breathing in that moment. The Shraddha, your focus on your breathing. You will become very aware that your mind is slowing down. The first observation you can make is when you are only observing the breath, your thoughts are reducing in your mind. And slowly the thoughts will become bare minimum. At one point of time, all the routine thoughts will vanish from the mind. Routine, regular thoughts, habitual thoughts. But there are your higher mind always is active, friends. Higher mind comes into play. The higher mind is connected with your soul, your buddhi. Your higher mind still operates. You get with the higher mind so many insights. Those are not thoughts. You get still those divine thoughts, which are not your routine thoughts, but different thoughts. But it is not distraction. So at that point of time, you'll notice that as the mind slows down, your breath is altering itself naturally. Your breath corrects itself. And I talked about Sushumna Nadi. That Sushumna Nadi activation happens the moment your mind is tranquil, peaceful. Even for at least for 10 minutes or 15 minutes, you're practicing 1 hour meditation practice. At least you have reached this zero state of mind for 15 minutes. In that 15 minutes, your Sushumna Nadi is fully opens. It opens, it activates, and the Sushumna Nadi experiences will begin. You'll have the pleasure and the joy of breathing in that moment when Sushumna Nadi is activated, because the first effect that you notice is first this Brahmarandra opens, cosmic energy enters into you. Your etheric body becomes like a big expanded balloon. And second observation you can make is the root chakra activation of the Sushumna Nadi is activating the root chakra. The four petaled red lotus, it opens. Generally, it is closed. It is actually damaged for many people, the root chakra energy. That's why we feel survival fears, we feel scared, unsafe, we don't trust, we don't have roots, we don't feel belongingness to the home or our Mother Earth because our root chakra energy is damaged. It's completely imbalanced. So you find this just simple observation of the breath, normal natural breathing is going to open up the Sushumna Nadi and which activates the root chakra, Swadhisthana, slowly one by one. Don't force your chakras to open. There's no crash course or summer course. Just like in the outer physical plane, we want everything to a crash course. But this energy, dynamics, our inner processes, we have to respect its time, respect the sadhana, respect its own unfoldment. Don't be in a hurry, don't be in haste, because that won't help. We have to respect its own unfoldment, the process. So, dear friends, as this energy unfolds and with each chakra, the energy becomes exponential. The root chakra energy, the vibrational rate is different from the Swadhisthana chakra, Manipur chakra, Anahata chakra, Vishuddha, and then Agya chakra, and then Sahasrara. And meanwhile, your energy network also gets prepared. There's a preparation. People, they can experience spiritual emergencies if they are in a hurry or in a haste. Means they want everything in shortcuts and run fast and achieve everything number one in this. No, you do your sadhana. Be gentle. Trust the natural methods. Don't rush, don't hurry. We don't need to be crazy. Be number one in this. We don't need to be number one. We have to be just sincere to our practice and be serious about the practice. Sincerity and seriousness is called sobriety. We can become sober and more focused, more shraddha. Then there's an unfoldment that happens. So definitely there are many friends like Gaurav ji is asking, can we talk more about this Shakti and please guide again soul versus breath versus serpent energy Kundalini, their relationships and dynamics. Definitely, we'll talk more. Many questions relate to Kundalini Shakti, relates Prakriti, the nature. We're going to take all this. I'm breathing through nostril, then I'm seeing breath only at throat and then at the top of the head. I'm not able to observe breath at nostril all this time. Lata Mahendra Kumarji. Yes. So what happens is your whole body is actually every cell in the body is breathing. Many who have reached to deep states of consciousness, they experience that the breath is not only happening in the nostrils. They don't feel the breath here. Like if their whole body is breathing, even at every place, even the sahasrara, the breath is happening everywhere. Do you know, dear friends, that our universe is breathing? Our whole universe has a rhythm, it's breathing. Do you know that our earth is breathing, our Mother Earth also is breathing? Do you know that even minerals, they also have breathing? They don't have lungs, but they still breathe. Plants breathe, animals breathe, fish breathe, birds, they breathe. Every creature, every organism, living, non-living, both though we call non-living, everything is breathing. Maybe they breathe differently, breathe energy. We are breathing oxygen plus energy, but they breathe only prana. So, Lataji, this is my answer to you that you don't need to worry about the nostril breathing because the breath is happening already. All your energy centers of breathing. There's the energy breathing that's happening in you. Some those who have already reached to no thought, no mind state, most of the times they find that there's no breathing at all. Some they try to breathe in that moment. Accept that moment because you have already reached to a no thought, no mind state. Your breathing is happening in a very subtle way. Subtle breathing is happening. You don't need now any kind of gross breathing. Within few moments time, some they enter into deep meditation stage and the breath awareness, breath observation, what happens? The breath is very minimal, as if they are not breathing. They don't need to worry about breathing now because they can focus on that silence. They can focus on the inner energy dynamics. Rajsekhar ji is asking the question about how to understand this energy that's cosmic energy is actually flowing through us while meditating. Yes. So you can notice that flow of energy that's happening through the body through sensations, energy currents flowing through the body. How do we know that electricity is passing through a wire? We can feel the vibration. When you hold that electrical wire, we can feel the vibration. So even the energy which is suddenly opened, energy flow is opened and it's flowing through the body. There are vibrations in your body which you can feel. It's called prakampana. Prakampana. These vibrations can be felt. When we cultivate this mindfulness and awareness, we can notice these subtle vibrations. As the energy is flowing more and more vibrations you feel in your body. And at one time, when the energy is high, you're saturated fully with the energy, you have certain divine experiences, the fullness experience of fullness beyond the body. Like your body is actually experiencing called as uh, expansive state. Like your physical body disorientation, your body feels as if it has become big. Not really physical body is becoming big, but is more with expansion of your consciousness beyond your body. That's also energy manifestation. Whenever your etheric body is fully saturated with energy, this experience of expansion happens. So that's how you can observe and the flow of energy. As today, even in the last class, you talked of silence, then it is better to meditate in silence rather than with a chant or music. Yes, that's true, Shirin Sachdev. You can, those who have reached to no mind, empty mind state. They don't need even breath watching. Breath is a tool. Breath is you need a kind of tool to stop this monkey mind. That's why you initially start with your breathing. But those who have already have achieved that silence, you can sit anywhere, enter into deep mauna and maha mauna, shunya, maha shunya. Then you don't need any kind of other techniques like chanting or music. Anyway, really for the practice of meditation, chant or bhajans or other things we don't generally use because it will stay in the more in the mind. But our breath is called ajapa japa. Ajapa japa means it is also chant, but a kind of different chant. Its chant means which is repetition, which is repeating on its own. But this is soham. It is the primordial energy. This is the omkar. If you hear the sound of the breath, it is the omkar. And this Omkara chanting is happening right in your nostril. So we don't need to chant, we don't need any music. But initially, this classical or any kind of instrumental music helps many people. Initially, it is needed. Some for some people. For example, I am striking this Tibetan bow. As you hear this vibrational sound, it can also help many people who are practitioners of meditation, initial stages. But later on, we don't need anything. We just need to sit quietly, closed eyes, observe the silence, be mindful of the silence within. The silence opens the doors of wisdom. And one more question by Mariana Caleja from Spain. Uh, I tend to feel tingling sensation on third eye area every night as I go to sleep, whether I am meditating or not. I'm curious to see your take on this, sir. Yes, Mariana ji, namaskar. And those who have already opened their third eyes, your vibrations and consciousness have reached to the third eye stage. That means when you are about to sleep, your attention is not anywhere else in the lower energy centers. Your attention awareness is reaching naturally to the middle of the forehead. Many who have already opened third eyes, the consciousness is fully operating at the sixth level. In the sixth level of consciousness, we experience what is called the glimpses of the oneness, how the whole universe is connected, how energetically we are all connected. And many deeper insights come to us about the energy nature or soul nature of us. So, Mariana, it is through your own practice, maybe might be you are a practitioner of meditation in many lifetimes in the previous lives. That's why your consciousness is very naturally focused here, third eye area. There's a sensation here. So Sujata Balotia ji is asking if we feel extreme heat during deep meditation, does that mean we're taking in cosmic energy? Yes, madam, Sujata ji. Whenever we are taking this cosmic energy, there are certain kinds of inner dynamics that happen. The body becoming cool, body either going to be heated up. Just your goal, your job is to be an observer. You don't need to really worry why it is hot, why it is cool, because the energy which is flowing through these subtle nadis, when certain nadis are opening up, certain energies gets released. Some people they report this experience when the Kundalini energy is fully awakened, the chakras. When the chakra, each chakra is releasing the energy, the body is heated up, and so much heat is generated in the body. And for many, when the Sahasrara, the crown center, is opened, this place they can't tolerate in the touch any person touching the top of the head. That's why many people they try to cover their head because it's become so sensitive. They feel the heat here. Or some they have an experience that the heat flowing through the spinal cord, like through the Sushumna Nadi, through all the chakras, heat going up. There are so many varieties and different experiences meditators get. Our job, our goal is to just watch, observe. Don't uh, think, worry, or you don't need to do anything. Just observe the phenomena. It's all phenomenology. Everything appears and disappears. In meditation, you observe everything. First, you start observing your breathing. Then you start observing your mind getting silent and empty. Then you start observing the cosmic energy which is flowing in the body. Then you start observing your own Kundalini Shakti which is getting activated and the energy centers opening up. You just observe. You don't need to react, do anything. Just observe all that. What happens is observing later on the higher experiences as the third eye and the sastra opens, you have the experiences of the soul, your consciousness which is non-linear, non-local, which lives, resides not only inside the body, outside, everywhere. It is connected to the collective consciousness, and all those experiences will come to us. So we have to just observe. Final observation, what we're going to do is you observe the observer. You become aware of the awareness. You become conscious of the consciousness. The phenomena, everything, the energy phenomena, all these experiences, they come and they go. But there's something which is your observer in you is not, is just watching the watcher in you. Just look at that watcher in you. That's what the final blow, like a uh, final, what is called as we cut through, which thunderbolts, which passes through uh, all those layers, which really penetrates deep. So observe the observer. Then you know who you are. You are that witness consciousness. You are that consciousness which is watching everything, participating in life, dancing, singing, meditating, breathing, respiring, and everything. So that's what we do finally. So there's one more question. So Niru Mohanji from Facebook, one question is posted. Niru Mohan here, please have a session on third eye opening. I've attended many. Sure, sure, we'll definitely, in one of the days, in these 21 days, we'll have a class on that. And one more question from, I think, Malaysian friend Elizabeth Maya. Maya ji, namaskar. I hear these buzzing sounds in my ears, gets really loud during meditation. This is called Shabda Brahma experience, Nada Brahma experience. Maya ji, when this third eye awakening is happening, many people they get these kinds of sound experience. Some people get the divine visions, others they get the divine sounds. So the divine sound, the first few months buzzing sounds, and later on those sounds become transformed, change into flute, conch, and whatnot. Like a conch, I show this conch sound. Many get this kind of sound as well, the sound of the conch, and also the flute, like as if you are hearing the sound of the flute, and all those kinds of sounds can come. It's also the related to the third eye activation, third eye opening. When we have big third eye, many experiences of this kind appear, come to us. PMC Hindi channel. When I read books these days, tears flow down my cheeks. Yes, that's true. It's natural. We are moved. We are touched. If we can't really allow these tears of joy to roll out of our eyes when we are reading a spiritual book like Autobiography of a Yogi, why these lacrimal glands are there? We are moved, we are touched deeply by the wisdom of the soul. The universe has such wisdom. So, friends, I think it's a time for all of us to meditate. Dr. Jayesh, is the Surya Nadi active during anxiety or panic? Alekia G is asking. So, when we are anxious and fearful in those negative states of mind, the Sushumna Nadi is not at all awakened. The Sushumna Nadi opens only when we are in a tranquil, peaceful state. So that's my answer. That's why we try to achieve Chitta Vritti Nirodha state, means no mind, no thought state using our breath technology. We watch the breath and we stop this monkey mind. Padmavati Jayanti, during meditation or sitting posture on ground, my body rotates like top and between eyes, some inner. Okay, that's also an experience. Many spiritual experiences, meditation experiences come to us when we are watching the breath, mind stops, and after that, energy absorption. Then later on, these experience of body movements, even physically also, like a top, as if you're moving circularly in a very quick fashion, or head movements to and fro, swaying. All these experiences are very normal and natural. And these movements stop once the energy process is completed. There's so many yogic Shakti Kriya, Prana Kriyas are happening inside the body in meditation. So we don't need to feel scared about that. Only thing is, our goal is to be an observer, watch without reacting to any experience. Don't cling to the experience and don't reject the experience. And just be an observer. Be in the middle and observe like a witness. That's what we do in meditation. So, friends, let's meditate now, all of us collectively together. And Mariana, thank you. This talk today has been incredible. Thank you so much. Let's meditate, Mariana. All of us and from India and across the globe, some of friends who joined today. Let's even this 10 minutes, 15 minutes meditation can help us raise the frequency, vibration of our planet Earth because more of us join through meditation collectively. Not only our breaths are connected and we are uniting our consciousness, uniting our energies together, we're going to create such beautiful energy where all the negative things that's happening around the globe can be minimized. People going into panic states, fearful states. So this can help those non-meditators also, those people who are really struggling, fearing, and those who are going through a lot of health challenges, those who are hospitalized in ICUs, it will help them. Each one, when we are meditating, we are also indirectly helping. We are staying at home. This is also beautiful. We respect this and we meditate. So let's meditate, friends. Let us sit in a comfortable posture. I show the picture once again of Mahatar Babaji. You can look at that white marble statue of Babaji, and who is sitting in a lotus posture. If it is difficult for you in sitting in that posture, you can sit just normally. If you're sitting in chair, you can just dangle your legs and cross your legs on the chair and keep your palms just like how you are watching in the image here. So it's that the posture, Sukhasana, comfortable posture. And then closing your eyes is so important because we invert all the senses. It's an internal journey, inner journey we're making. And we observe the breathing. Normal, natural breathing need to be observed. Breath is the Omkar. Breath is also vibrating. If you hear the sound of the breath, it is the Omkar. That's why we don't need to chant now any Omkar, only just feel the breath, watch the breath, become more and more attentive and be aware of your breathing, the in breath and the out breath. Nothing else is required to do. Just watch the breath. Observe the breathing. The routine, habitual thoughts, let them come and go. You pay full attention to your breathing. Observe your breathing. Yogaha chitta vritti nirodha. When you observe the breathing, the chitta, which has all those thought forms, and your manas, manas means mind, which is the thinking mind, your subconscious mind, which has all that beliefs and limiting thoughts and limiting fears, all that becomes completely zero and empty. Watch your breath. Normal, natural, simple breathing. Slow down in your thoughts, in your mind. Your breath becomes so easy, effortless, simple, natural. Know that this breath is your energy. With the using the breath energy, you can journey inwardly from the outer world to the inner world, from the gross physical plane to the subtle inner plane, from the matter to the spirit, from the density to the energy, the subtle states. The breath makes us go inside. This is what meditation practice is. Meditation is observing simple, easy, normal, natural breathing rhythm. If your breath is deep, let it be deep. If your breath is short and shallow, let it be. Whatever way you're breathing right now, it's okay to be one with that breath. Your body is your sacred temple. Keep your body very relaxed. Your breath is your guide. Your soul is God. Just even these few moments of meditation, we can connect to a deeper and deeper levels through that tranquil space, an empty mind, where the mind is utterly silent. The breath which is happening in our nostrils, the same breath that is happening in everyone, in the whole universe. Our breath is the breath of the universe. The universe is breathing into our nostrils. Another name for the breath is God. Breath is God. Breath is guide and guru. So that breath is breathing itself. Just notice it. Feel that breath. Another 2 minutes. Embrace that silence. From that silence, any experience that unfolds in you, because many spiritual experiences they unfold when the mind is empty and silent, like cosmic energy which is flowing inside your body, which is absorbed by Brahmarandra on top of your head, and then your Sushumna Nadi, which gets activated when the mind is empty and silent. And all the stress and anxiety and fear which dissolves naturally in this silence, the silence actually dissolves everything. Just like a big ocean, everything is just dissolves in the ocean. Any toxic material, everything dissolves in the ocean. So, in the silence of your mind, everything dissolves anxiety, fear. A deep relaxation arises. In this deep relaxation, the Sushumna Nadi, which is ignited, it is opened, which can awaken these energetic experiences of your chakras. Just observe every phenomenon. Another 1 more minute, friends. Just observe what's happening. Be an observer. 30 seconds more. Observe the observer. Every experience, every perception is unfolding from a deeper place within you. Catch hold of that observer in you. That observer is soul. That observer is Atman. That observer is Paramatman or Purnatma. That observer is actually the God, the divine entity, divine being. In deep meditation, we get many experiences, just like we don't sometimes hear any music or any discourse, but we are totally relaxed. It's perfectly okay because you have gone very deep into meditation. Our body vibrates in deep meditation because huge amounts of cosmic energy flows. We find many vibrations in the body. There could be movements in the body. It's natural. It slows down as we progresses in our practice of meditation. Okay, my dear friends, slowly, whenever you are ready, you can place your hands on your eyes, rubbing your palms, and then place them on your eyes for a few seconds. Because we learned this how to touch your eyelids. Because you can touch your eyelids very gently, like a feathery touch. It's most beautiful feeling. You pass these vibrations, tingling sensations which you feel in your body is nothing but in your fingers. It's nothing but energy. You share it to your eyes and then let it be distributed to your entire body. It's like loving yourself. So it's really good, friends, even for I think we did meditation for nearly 5 to 7 minutes, but it's perfectly okay. But continue this practice before you sleep tonight or tomorrow. You give yourself the time every day, the breath awareness. So we are going to meet again day after tomorrow. There's going to be another uh, meditation class, which is on breath, the advanced breath class. We can call this as Swasa Mahavidya. Today's topic is Swasa Vidya, but I want to name the next class as Swasa Mahavidya or Swasa Mahavigyan, means greater science of uh, breath, science of breathing, how it can help us to evolve spiritually and also to deal with the current situation because this way we can handle or really can change something on the planet Earth collectively. Thank you, friends, all of you. And some of the friends are asking for books to read on science of breathing. Yes, definitely someone from Amritsar, from Punjab, and thank you. Govind Gautamji, thank you. And definitely, I'm going to recommend some of the books about the breath, the science of breathing. One of the books, Swara Vijnana Shastra, which is written by Swami Sivananda, doctor. He was a medical doctor, was residing in Haridwar, Rishikesh, and who really authored so many books. And he's a yogi, a true yogi, who has authored this. It was one of the ancient scripture, but he, after his practices, after he experimented, has simplified it. Swara Vijnana Shastra. That is one book I recommend. Swara Yoga Shastra. You can Google search because I don't know exactly. I don't remember the names right now. But the next class I can give you more exact titles about it. But Swara Vijnana Shastra is one thing that you can remember and search. And also recommend Anapanasati meditation by Buddha. I recommend Anapanasati Sutra by Buddha. If you Google search, you will get so many PDF e-books on the net. You find so many interesting books by written by uh, are revealed by Buddha, Anapanasati Sutra, how Anapanasati leads to Vipassana experience. So, our Vietnam friends, Lynn is there, and thanks, Dr. Newton, and all QLU members. Thank you. Nantaji from Canada, thanks so much. And for today's you joining the class, and so many more friends. Oh, that's wonderful. And someone from Latvia who joined. I think it's wonderful. Welcome, welcome, my friend. So, friends, yes, Charan has typed about this Anapanasati Sutra by Buddha. Highly recommend this book. And we meet again tomorrow. Actually, there is any Telugu class in the Telugu language. We are going to have the Swasa Mahavidya, Swasa Mahavijnanam in Telugu language. The same class will be given day after tomorrow. And tomorrow is Sri Rama Navami. So Sri Ram Navami is very auspicious in India. I wish you all, my friends across the globe, because it's not only India celebrates this, it's really this master, Lord Rama. He is such a great master, something that we need to learn. And we also, on this Rama Navami, I wish you all the great meditation because that's how we can celebrate our beingness on this planet Earth. Even though it is times of turbulent times, but still we are uh, still we are composed. We practice peace. We practice radiating this beautiful light to the world. Thank you, dear friends. Thanks for joining.